Hey, what's up everyone? I'm EMERALDLOUU. This is my channel on YouTube and I'm so happy to see you. And I'm just gonna go ahead and jump into it. It's been 2 days, so I don't know if this is still trending, but let's talk about Miss Arionne, okay? So I'm gonna start off with the last part that I saw. Y'all can't even see my eyes. Okay, I'm gonna start off with the last part that I saw, right? So the last part that I saw, because I rewatched the interview that Arionne Curry did with Tasha K on Unwind with Tasha K YouTube channel. The part that had me like, I can't watch this again, is when Tasha asked Arionne, how many times were you pregnant by Martell? And she says twice. Okay. And then she's like, the first time was a miscarriage. The second time he paid for it. And then I'm like, so you've been pregnant more than twice by Martell? Because if the first time was a miscarriage, the second time you paid for it, and you're pregnant, like, ma'am, the pregnancy that worked out that has the result of your son counts as a pregnancy. You know that, right? Because if the question was, how many times have you been pregnant by Martell? You said 2, but it's more than 2. Arionne. And let's talk about the second thing that had me like, I can't do this. I'm trying not to show y'all my nails because it's busted. The second part was when she said she didn't have sex with Martell until 9 months after knowing him.
So after 9 months, you guys, you know, of course, have sex and you're intimate. How long between the time that you met and, you know, you guys finally taking that next step, did you find out he was married?
I found out he was married within those 9 months.
So basically, ma'am, if you know someone for 9 months, you're saying that you didn't have sex with him until after 9 months, but you knew he was married within the 9 months. Excuse me, but I think I graduated high school and I think I speak very good English and I have a very clear understanding of the English language. Within the 9 months means between the first month to the 9th month. But then you said after knowing him for 9 months, you slept with him. So you found out before you slept with him, right? Because I don't want to sound like I'm crazy or confused. I don't know what I'm talking about because you tend to contradict yourself a lot. Current contradiction, Miss Arionne, contradiction, coleslaw, chicken head, curry. Girl, like, this actually frustrated me. And please go and follow me on my Twitter to see my live reactions that I had and go see the tweet whole thing. I was getting really frustrated. But I watched it a second time and I couldn't finish it like I said. But the whole thing is I have notes. I forgot. Wait a minute. Okay. So she said, so the first point is Tasha was gassing her up. Tasha was saying things like, oh, you're the chocolate version of Melody. Smart. You're like the, basically in a shady way that you have to pay attention. She kind of said that, Arionne was the fun, ditzy girl. And that Mel was the more serious, had her head on her shoulders. But she said they could be sisters. And that's when I was like, Tasha K, go to hell. Tasha K, go to hell talking about they could be sisters. Girl, what you mean they could be sisters? No, they can't. They do not look alike. The second point that I wanted to speak on is that Tasha and Arionne had a conversation before, but it was recorded without Arionne's permission, I am assuming. Let me go on Tasha K's because I was trying to pull it up before I came, but I forgot, but I just remembered. It would probably be this video on her page, which is... She told Arionne that it had 1 million views. It only had 780K views, Tasha. See, I love Tasha K, but Tasha K she be lying sometimes. Before, but this was the official interview. But she said something about 4 years. Did they mean like 4 years since the show started? I'm assuming. Okay. All right, next point. How they met is she went to a party with her best friend, if I'm correct, and Martell's cousin came up to her, asked her for her number, then gave her number to Martell. Martell called her 5 minutes later and said, I'm outside. If you are trying to talk to me and you want me to come outside and come talk to you, listen, the older I get, the more I'm realizing you have to represent yourself. But if you're like a dumb ditzy girl, you won't get it. But the fact that the way it started was, oh, I'm outside, come talk to me in the stencil, however, means that, no, wait, now that I'm thinking about it, you want to holler at me, but you send your cousin to come talk to me. No, honey, listen, if you want to talk to me, come talk to me. If you want to holler at me, come holler at me. Okay, it's not gonna be, oh, I'm walking up on you. Now, I know some ladies like to go and approach men. Okay, that's cool. But you get your number from your cousin. You get the number from your cousin, and then you tell me to come outside so you can talk to me. No, you want to talk to me, you come inside. And then she said, oh, he thought I was gonna have sex with him the same night. Well, if he said come outside and I want to talk to you, and you went outside, I mean, hello. Hello. It's all in how you present yourself, ladies. Please be careful. Okay, next point. Okay. She also said that when she met Martell, it was after a relationship that she had with her first child's father that lasted 5 years. Okay, that's cool. She said she could count on one hand how many men she slept with, which is fine. But it kind of, at this point in time, because of course the older I get, I realize, girl, that don't mean nothing. Because even though you can count on your hand how many men you've been with, it doesn't negate the fact that you had a first child with the first guy, it didn't work out, and then now you ended up with a married man that you continue to see. And yes, while I say that, while I'm saying this, oh, me and Martell had a connection. Yes, y'all do, because y'all both dumb as a box of rocks, okay? Because Arionne, you sound dumb, you sound slow, and it's not me acting like this or coming off like this because I'm mad at the girl for what she did. No, the reason why I'm irritated and I'm coming off like this is because Arionne really doesn't make any sense. She contradicts herself so much. And she's saying that they had a connection. I can see it because from what I hear from Martell and what I see from Martell, he doesn't hold himself accountable. He doesn't accept responsibility. And he wants to blame Mel, and he wants to flip everything on Mel. So if y'all had a connection, it's because y'all both are people who think about themselves and people who are selfish. Of course y'all had a connection. I could believe it. But it wasn't something that's like so serious as in like you calling yourself smart. You don't sound smart. Matter of fact, you don't sound smart. To sum up the whole thing, you're contradictory. You don't make any sense. You don't know what you're saying, and you refuse to accept responsibility. There's so much more that we don't know between you and Melody. Okay, what is it? What is it? She said, there's so many narratives being drawn about me that are not true. Another thing is because the whole linebacker thing, like, you can't come off at people like, at the end of the day, of course, again, with age, when you're young, your body's nice and slim, okay? You could eat so much food and not gain any weight. You have kids, you have bills, you have stress, you have life responsibilities, and so many other factors. The same stuff you used to eat before, you can't eat it. And you might gain weight. And having kids and stuff like that, you gain weight. So I understand some women can be bigger than others and whatever. I don't even understand what she understands by linebackers, because is it because their backs are large, or is it because they're fat, or what is it? But that was so unnecessary. You can't be shady to people when you're in a whole shady ass situation. She also is like, oh yes. she said I kept calling back to back, but I didn't. He called me and I called him back 30 seconds later. I've called back a couple of times. Okay, again. Then, oh, they are saying that, she said that I told her to put Martell on the effing phone, but I didn't say put Martell on the effing phone. I said put Martell on the phone. Married women might see me as disrespectful because I talk back. I don't get it. I do not get it. I do not get it. They're using her like this from what I've heard. Arionne. Nobody ever said your name until the reunion. And Arionne, I want you to understand that if there's a show about somebody's marriage and a part of something that happened in their marriage was cheating, they're going to talk about it on the show. If they didn't use your name, they didn't use your name. But they're going to speak about the situation, and there's nothing wrong with that. To have the show and be like, yeah, well, I found out he cheated with this girl, and whatever. What do you want them not to talk about it? It was part of the downfall of their relationship, Arionne. The main reason why I feel that she divorced Martell, why Melody divorced Martell, is because of the baby. Because let's be honest, as grown women at this point, it's one thing for somebody to cheat, and I'm not saying I'm going to accept or we should accept or it should be acceptable for a man to cheat on you. But what I'm saying is there's a difference between somebody cheating on you and someone cheating on you and creating a child. Who wants that? No. Like, and that's the main part of the downfall of their relationship. So they're going to talk about it. But why do you think the show is about you? They talked about it because Martell is a part of the main character cast. Like, they talked about everybody's relationship. But you think it's all about you, and I don't understand why you think it's all about you. I don't understand how you have a beef with Oprah, because Oprah, like, what Oprah got to do with it? If I have this channel right here, and I want to talk about something, or someone wants to talk about something on my channel, if my channel becomes this great thing and I start having people work for me and they come with me with an idea, I'm not responsible for a component of anything on my channel that, like, it, what? I don't think Oprah's micromanaging this own network at all. Like, I don't even think Oprah knows every single person that's been on the show. Like, girl, no. Yeah, and she said something about having respect for women. Having respect for women is understanding that if someone finds out that their husband is cheating on them and they see that the person is calling their husband, they're probably going to pick up the phone. And if you hear someone is in tears or is hurt and is coming to you, understand it's because they're hurt. It's not because there's a big issue and they're hating on you. It's because they found out that you're the person that their husband is sleeping with. So you're going to get some animosity. I don't know what you're talking about having respect, but did you respect yourself, Arionne? No. Did you respect your dignity? No. There's so many things to say about the situation with Arionne Curry that is so crazy, and it's just so, like, mental. Okay, you don't want to apologize, but why don't you want to apologize? Nobody wants a fake apology, but you don't want to apologize because you feel like she did some stuff to you. If she cursed you out, you deserved it. If she came up to you, and you also said that y'all, I didn't see this part again, but there was a part where you said something along the lines of, I only had one conversation with her, but then you bring up the fact that she came to your house with her friends, and then you also brought up a situation of her talking to you for 2 hours. I thought you said y'all only had one conversation. Then she said something along the lines of she never called Mel, but she actually did call Mel. It's like every time she says something, less than 30 seconds later, because it'll be like right about 30 seconds later, here she goes with a contradictory statement. She said something else. I'm trying to remember what she said. Oh my God, it's not coming to me. It's not coming to me. Oh my God. It was towards the end. She said, oh, Mel. She said she never called Mel, but she had a conversation with Mel. She said, oh my God, I can't remember. It was, y'all, I had memory issues. Pray for me. But if you want to see other opinions of mine, just go ahead and follow me on Twitter. I have live tweets that I have from that night because I can't remember everything right now. And I'm trying to do this really quickly before the hype dies down. What were your thoughts about the Arionne Curry Tasha K interview? I'm really surprised at the fact that she actually has people who are on her side, because the one thing about it is you slept with someone's husband. You've been pregnant by him. Okay, also, before I go, I don't want to say it was an accident or that it just happened, but it kind of just happened. There's birth control, there's condoms. And if you got pregnant by someone once and you weren't ready for a baby, or you had a miscarriage or whatever the case may be, it's no longer a story of it happened. I don't get it. Because it's one thing if it was like, okay, you were planning on getting pregnant, you had the first miscarriage, and then you had another one. But the whole thing of, I don't want to say it just happened, but you know, it kind of just happened. Does birth control not exist? Does you not getting pregnant twice before not mean something? I don't understand.
Or you could have not slept with a man that was married so that you wouldn't be in a predicament where you have to decide whether or not you want to keep a child because it will cause conflict in your relationship with that married man. I forgot to say that.
Arionne has a son, and Arionne will be that mother to me that will accept every and anything her son does, whether he's trash, whether he's gonna be a good man or not. She's gonna be that type of mother, like basically how Martell's mother is to Martell, because from what we know, Martell's mother has his back and doesn't see anything wrong in what he did. I feel like Arionne will be that mother too, like, because her mentality is just weird, and it doesn't make any sense. But I don't want to continue to talk about it for too long because my head is starting to hurt and I don't want to have a headache. But tell me what you think about my opinion. What did you think about the interview? And what side are you on? Are you on Mel's side? But that's not even really a side, because, well, let's say it like this. Are you on the side that Arionne is right in everything she's doing and saying, or are you on the side of Arionne's wrong and she doesn't make any sense and she's just, All right. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel and come back for more. I haven't uploaded in a minute, but I'm gonna try, you know, life, okay? When I started my channel, it was during the pandemic. Everything was slowed down, and now things are picking back up. Also, I forgot to point out that there was a part in the interview that she said that Martell felt it was important for his and Melody's children to be raised in a two-parent household, and that Arionne also felt like that was important, and she agreed because she saw the importance in two-parent household. She kept repeating it, but then as time went by, it was kind of confusing because it was like, for some reason, it was like, I don't think she understands what it means. Then that's when Tasha tried to clarify and said, so your parents are still together? And she said no. When Arionne said no, I was like, that, no wonder. No wonder. And I think that in Arionne's head, two-parent household means I have both of my parents in my life and they were in different houses. the definition of a two-parent household means the mommy and the daddy living in the same house with the kids and are raising the kids together and their family. That's a two-parent household. I think she was trying to say like, oh, I know my daddy and I know my mama. But then she said her grandparents raised her or her grandparents were married. See, I'm confused. So I had to put that in real quick because as I was exploring this video, I realized I forgot to talk about that major point. Because what? Two-parent household, but your parents aren't together. There was something else she said that I don't remember in regards to the whole two-parent household thing. Child, there go my steering wheel. But I don't remember. But yeah, okay. Bye. But thank you for watching. Emerald Louu and I'm out. Peace.